For example, if you go for an architecture, you do that for roughly 1 year, 5 to 10 developers are working on that architecture, and then you realize it was the wrong decision. So what are you going to do then? Good evening, fellows. Today I want to talk a little bit about understanding, because it's pretty important to realize that when you make decisions, you actually need to understand first. And this is especially important because when you go for long-term decisions, which is actually what many of us do on a daily basis, like CTOs, tech leads, business owners, and all similar kind of job roles, we need to realize that what we do actually matters long-term. So it does have consequences, and it will have an outcome. And we have an impact on the outcome, of course. But to determine what's right or what is wrong, we need to understand, as I said in the beginning. So in order to understand, we need to learn first. In order to learn, we need to act and fail and succeed. And we need to think about what we actually made there. So what were the good things, what were the bad things? This is what we need to learn in order to grow our understanding about things. Understanding is nothing absolute. You can have a good understanding, you can have an average understanding, and you can have an excellent understanding about things. And the main goal as leaders is to make sure that we learn to understand better, which means we need to learn every day in order to make better decisions. And I see a lot of people out there actually making decisions like a gambler. So, just decide and we can always change later. Well, in most cases you can't change later. Let's take decisions like architectural decisions in software development. You cannot just revert them. So think twice or even 3 times before you make a decision in terms of software architecture. Let's just think about that for a minute. For example, if you go for an architecture, you do that for roughly 1 year, 5 to 10 developers are working on that architecture, and then you realize it was the wrong decision. So what are you going to do then? Revert? Possibly, but it's pretty hard and it will be costly and it will take a lot of time. Maybe it will take the same amount of time you initially put into the development of the first solution. So what I mean by that is, in order to avoid these kinds of problems, you need to understand first. And as I said, you can do that by learning, you can do that by working with other people, with people who are working in your territory, like the software development area, like the leadership area. Talk with them and, have a sparring partner with whom you can talk to on a daily basis and learn things and exchange experience about outcomes and results. What was good, what was bad, learn those things. And this is what I want to tell you today. It's very important to understand before you make decisions. And what you should really avoid is listen to some people telling you in some sentences that this and that is the best you can do. There are always pros and cons to architectures, to methods, to technologies and all this kind of stuff. So in order to determine what's the best choice for you, you need to learn. Again, you need to learn. Become an eternal learner. Act, trial and fail and succeed. And on some point in time, you will start to understand what is the good thing for you. And even then, you can still fail, but it's not that likely anymore that the outcome will result in a disaster. And this is my takeaway for you today. So in order to avoid disasters, understand first. And for that you need to learn, for that you need to act. I hope that helped a little bit, and I wish you a great evening. Goodbye, everyone.